In coming back to the issue of gun control and the Second Amendment rights, let me make it pretty clear. We've seen a clear example in the last week of a mother that came to the defense of her two children when her car was being hijacked down in Texas. She literally had the ability to defend her family and her rights and freedoms by reaching into the glove compartment of her box when her car was getting hijacked and injuring the assailant. At the same time, we've seen a lot of rhetoric come across the wire as this Supreme Court justice nomination is coming along, to the point that there appears to be anarchy that's being encouraged to be in the streets to be able to fight the issue. If there's ever a time that we need to have the right to our own protection, the right to protect our freedoms, now is that time. Vote Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate. Coming back to the issue of immigration, I don't understand how you can have a secure home without a front door. I don't see how you can have a secure home without four walls. I don't see how we can have a secure country without a secure border. I don't understand how we can have security as a country if we can't control the immigrants that are coming into this country. The only thing I want to be able to see is I want to see immigrants come into this country that are willing to contribute to the heritage that this country offers. I want this country to be a light to the world, a light where we can shine forth in a significant way to represent to the world how there can be a better way, by allowing there to be freedoms of religion, freedoms of speech, so that we can go ahead and be that light that's set on a hill. Vote Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate. Regarding free trade, let me go back in and help identify the incumbent that's trying to seek this office. She's been rated as at a 42% by the Cato Institute. I don't consider that to be good. I'd like to believe that everybody follows by the same rules. They don't. I know that businesses will push the rules at times, so will governments. As a result, no matter what we've negotiated in our trade policies, we've got to go back in and revisit those on occasion. I am for free trade. I am for helping to boost the economies of this nation and to be able to help other countries succeed as well, so that their economies can grow and they can enjoy the same kind of freedoms that we enjoy here in our environment. Please vote Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate. Healthcare. My children have helped me understand clearly in the last several years as they've gotten older that they want me to clearly identify when I've messed up. And as a result, we've taken that stand within the family that if I mess up, then I've got to own up to it and I've got to recognize what we need to do to move forward. As a government, our government never should have gotten involved in healthcare. You've already heard my reasons as to why before. And once again, government needs to get out of healthcare. It needs to be a free market solution. We need to find a way to allow doctors, to allow institutions, to allow the systems that are out there to come forward with the ideas that can help cure the problem that we have with our healthcare system today. Free markets are the solution. Please vote Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate. The biggest crisis we have today is being lulled into the thought process that we are thinking that all is well, that the economy is doing well, and that our freedoms are secure. We have a Democratic leader that's in place that has been there at the bat for the last 18 years. And I would have to say that our freedoms are at risk. Our families have been deteriorating, and all is not well. The Democratic Party has made it very clear in the last several weeks that socialism is the new face of their party. I would ask you to vote for Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate to help ensure that your freedoms and your families can be made stronger for years to come. Perhaps the biggest overriding policies that we need to be changing or need to be aware of is the liberal policies that have been infiltrating the state. We are approaching a socialist environment when you consider what's going on in the Seattle market. And with how Seattle's leading out, that is bleeding over into other areas of the state. The homeless situation. it's not a government solution. It's not a solution that we should have invited people into this state on. The homeless situation that we find in the state of Washington is one where we've encouraged people to come to this state. The solution going forward is not government. The solution going forward is utilizing the network of nonprofits that we have within our local communities. It's getting the people to believe that there is a better way, that there's a better way, a better system by having individual people reach out and show charity as opposed to thinking that government is the source of charity. Please vote Matt Hawkins for the U.S. Senate.